So you girls, Maritza, what were we just talking about? You were 50-50?
Yes. So in my classroom, we have a dual language program, which is a 50-50 model, which is, the 50% in English and then 50% in Spanish. So it's, quite a unique program that we have here at the Lighthouse. And it's in the older preschool, it's the older preschoolers. So what we do in our class is we support Spanish because that's the children that we're serving currently, which their home language is Spanish. So we have half of the week in English, half of the week in Spanish, and we do our best to try to stay loyal to that language for the day. So like Monday, Wednesday, Friday is English, and then no, the other way. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is Spanish, and then Tuesday, Thursday is English. So we front load the children with English because, most of the children speak English, but some of them do have the Spanish background or they do speak Spanish. So we try to just kind of support them in that language as well. And we follow the poll. We do all the strategies for poll, both in English and Spanish, depending on what day of the week it is.
Mm-hmm. So are you the English and the Spanish language model for your students, or do you have paras that work in your class that also speak Spanish and English?
We have an assistant in our classroom. She is also bilingual. And then I have a co-teacher. She's also bilingual. So all three of us are bilingual. And we all we all support the children in Spanish if it's the Spanish day. And then we all support them in English when it's the English day.
That's so cool.
So our program has evolved. We've changed it a few times with strategies that, new strategies that we want to try out. So we're kind of getting that program started. It was getting it started from the bottom. So trying new things and trying different things and trying to see what works for the age group that we have and what, the best ways that we can support them. So for now, that's what we've come up with, to do the 3 days in Spanish, 2 days in English, and just kind of supporting them that way. So all three of us do speak both languages though.
That's so cool. What about you, Mai? Who's the English? Let me read the question back. Who is the English language model in your class?
So like in our classroom, we're working with the same age group, preschoolers. So but in our classroom, we don't have like a unique program like Maritza, right? Mm-hmm. Ours kind of involved with like whoever's in our classroom. And in prior to our current group right now, they don't really we don't really have children that are more diverse than our prior group before, because before, like, we have like Hmong, we have some students that speak Hmong, we have some students that speak Lao, some students speak Spanish. Right now we just have like more of them speaking Spanish too. And so in my classroom, we don't really have teachers who speak Spanish. So most of us speak English, right? Or all of us speak English, and I'm the only one who kind of like just speak Hmong. So if there's any students who need support in Hmong, then I will jump in to assist. If there's students who need support in Spanish, then I would turn to teacher Maritza, or teacher Angelica in preschool 1, or other teachers who, can support that language.
It's really cool. How about you, Miss Eva? With your
so on the infant classroom at Early Learning Center, so the thing we support the students is once we know if they talk in Spanish, or once we know the parents, they want to teach them in Spanish only or in English. So that's the way we decide. And then we prepare ourselves to work in it and support them. I have one of my assistants, they speaks both language and the other one only in Spanish. So we have two of us talking English and Spanish and one in English only. But the thing we do is we working as a team. We're working as a team to support to cover all the areas. And for example, introducing like chants in English and Spanish. We're reading in English and Spanish. And that's the way the babies, they can hear different kind of the voices. So in different language. And other thing like I want to share with you is like, once we know if some of the parents, they want the babies, they only we teach in English or vice versa. So the thing we do is because all the babies, they hear us talking using both language, they know once they like to use the word we use, and as soon as they start talking, sometimes I notice they start to talking in Spanish. For example, agua, that's the best word they start to learning the majority for the time. Or the other one is mío, my. But it's very every child is different. But everyone received the appropriate support language at that age.
Yeah, mine is my classroom, I think, is run very similarly to Miss Mai, in that I don't teach a DI program, but I have students that just come, it just depends on who I get that year as my students. I only speak one language, so I am actually very, very lucky. My para speaks Hmong and English. My English is pretty strong, and her Hmong is obviously very strong. And so I'm the proper English language model, I would say, and she obviously supports all with Hmong, which I feel really lucky that I have her. And then I'm also really lucky because the center we work at, we have several teachers like Miss Eva that speak Spanish. So we really work as a team. And I am very, very lucky that I have so many people that can help translate. And that's really the school I came from before. I had a lot of students that spoke Punjabi, but at this particular location that I'm at currently, we really just have a lot of Spanish speaking students, and then a couple students who speak Hmong. So until we get other languages in there, I feel like we're really, really lucky with the teachers and the staff that we have for English and for home language support.
Yeah, same thing here at the Lighthouse. We support each other. Sometimes other teachers from like the toddler class or like the infant class, they'll come ask me like, oh, can you look at my vocabulary words or my chant? And so then, we'll review it, and then most of the time they have them right. Sometimes it's just a little change that we have to do, or they'll ask me like, oh, how do you say this word? They'll be reading it in Spanish. And it's just kind of like the pronunciation. And so then they practice a couple times to be able to take it back to their students and be able to, do those words with their students as well. So I think we all support each other very well here too. So that's, it's great that we can all support and, help each other in any area that we might need, or we might need Hmong, then, we know, the teachers that can help us out with that too.
So another thing that we were talking about in the meeting is if we rely on families to support us. And yes, I think I definitely rely on families for support in maybe bringing back their specific culture to the classroom, or if I have any questions either about their family culture or about their culture, as in like if they are from Mexico or if they are from another part of the world that I'm not familiar with, then we definitely reach out and have families come in and help too. One year I had a grandpa who dropped his grandson off every year, and he spoke Punjabi, and we kind of adopted him as our class grandfather, and it was really cool. And we learned so much about their culture and their family, and it was super fun. But do you guys rely on families or get support from them? I'm sure you do, because you guys are really interactive.
One thing is that, like, you know, we send books home in a different language, right? Because I know that Marisa just created like we sent home like the turtle book, right? About the social emotional. And teacher Marisa created like
Oh, is
a
it
Spanish
Tucker?
version.
Yeah.
So we, you know, we could send that home to the parents and then they could read that to the child, like in the Spanish version. And then
Oh,
we
that's
could
so
also do that in,
cool.
you know, different language too. So
Mhm.
and that is
Yeah.
one way that the families could support the child at
Mhm.
home.
Yeah, man, that is so.
Or we've had, we used to have a child that was Punjabi. So we talked to the mom just to kind of let us know certain words, like keywords that you know, we could practice with him, or kind of, you know, that we can, you know, talk to him using those words. So she was very supportive and just trying to teach us. She was trying to teach us more than we could learn, but I mean, she was
For
very
sure.
helpful. She was very helpful and just kind of telling us about their culture and about certain things they did or that they didn't do, so that we can, you know, be sensitive to the child as well and be supportive to the family.
Yeah.
Yes, and especially some of the moms, they support us, like once we say the vocabulary words, so the repetition for those, so that's the best way they can start to gain the vocabulary on their own. Yeah.
Well, thanks, girls. Thanks for talking. Hopefully I'll
Nice
see you at
seeing
some
nice
more
seeing you guys.
meetings.
Oh,
in the
thank
future.
you.
Thanks, girls.